पनीर तो मैं ज्यादा तब भी नहीं खाता था, अब भी नहीं खाता हूँ, ऑमलेट खाता था। I have lots of बुढ़ापे की लाठी।
Yeah, we'll be there, but you should keep some rich people also. We'll be there with like support, not with money.
Yeah, that's all I need. Improvisation का मतलब ये थोड़ी ना होता है कि like I say जो कहना है कहो, तुम जो है शोले के डायलॉग्स बोलो और तुम दीवार के डायलॉग्स बोलो। Well, lots of people send it to me. People send messages to me saying that you don't know how like what you're missing and I can make your life. People send me messages like I'm also Kashyap, you are also Kashyap. Why can't you reply to my message? So I don't like people who make my set unhappy. So if I don't like the person, then it doesn't matter. He's Al Pacino. I will not work with him.
So what happens when a hardworking, honest businesswoman chances upon a lot of money? She suddenly sees in reality what isn't even part of her pipe dream. लेकिन अब तो pipe में से पैसे निकल रहे हैं. I've got the lead cast of Anurag Kashyap's next film, Choked. I've got Roshan Mathew and Sayami Kher. I want to start off with a line that cracked me up. That Sayami says, "It's आलू को आलू खिलाओगे ना, पनीर खाना है तो पनीर बनाओ." Now that line cracked me up. Anurag, you've come up the hard way in 1993 as a 21, 22-year-old. You came to Bombay with very little money. You've done the hard yards. And now you're at a stage in life जब जिंदगी आपको पड़ी है, you know, and I say this as a compliment. Tell me about कितने पापड़ आपने बेले इस तरह का पनीर खाने के लिए, and was there a moment where you felt choked कि यार क्या हो रहा है, मेरे पैसे खत्म होने वाले हैं?
मतलब पापड़ तो बहुत, मतलब I enjoy working, so I never felt like पापड़ बेले. Yeah, my worst time was actually much after between 2001 and 2007 जब मेरी फिल्में बैन हो गई थी. When I was doing work that I didn't like doing. So वो टाइम थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट था, तब मैंने पापड़ बेले थे. और पनीर तो मैं ज्यादा तब भी नहीं खाता था, अब भी नहीं खाता हूँ, ऑमलेट खाता था.
Roshan, you play Sushant, and your character's wife is a banker. I've been told that your father was also a banker at Canara Bank, and so you perhaps know the world of a banker. Do these things really help when you're doing a film like that, or do we in the entertainment media business make too much of a deal about these things? फर्क पड़ता है?
I don't know. I guess it would have helped if I was playing Sarita. Definitely, because that sort of close observation could really come in handy here. Because I was playing Sushant, the only place where it, I guess, helped was I was able to very quickly, when I read the script itself, understand the amount of stress that Sarita's character would go through around the demonetization bit. Because those few days when I was staying at home, I saw very close hand how difficult it was for my dad and everyone else at the bank, how unprepared they felt, and how it's like you have a lot to do, and a lot of like you're in a crisis, you have to manage it, but you really don't have the means to manage it, and you have no plan to set into action. So it really helped me understand that. But apart from that, no, not really. Maybe if I play a banker someday, it definitely will.
Now, Sayami, you play Sarita, and this woman has a very interesting tryst with money. Your Twitter bio says, "Sport, Sachin, chocolate, cinema, movie lover. Money or material possessions don't feature anywhere on that list." I also read somewhere that your parents owned 3 restaurants at one point, a furniture business as well. So I'm assuming money wouldn't have been so much of an issue over parents very strict saying, "Itna hi pocket money milega, itne manage karo." So what's your philosophy on money been like over the years?
Well, I mean, my parents, I've grown up in Nashik, so money and wealth and materialistic things are not something which are, you know, of priority to me. Always, I mean, money is great. Everyone likes money. Who doesn't like money? So I'd love to get money out my sink and like just get probably an ATM in my house where someone's giving us money. But I've had a very middle class upbringing, so it's not like I've had an upbringing where I'm splurging money, and I'm actually I'm a big conjure. So when it comes to I'll be telling my friends to, you know, save on money, save it for a rainy day, and we are seeing a lot of rainy days this year. So I'm somebody who's not someone who likes to splurge money, and I'm someone who will actually, even with the producer on Choked, I used to be like, "Arey, why do we have so many people? Why can't we cut people here? Why can't we cut costs here?" So I'm someone who's always cutting costs. So I really value money because I know it's very, very difficult to earn it. So it's not something like I live in a bed of money or any of that, because I know it's extremely hard to earn it, which is why I value it more. And especially when you pay so many taxes, you realize how difficult it is, because even if you earn a particular amount of money, everything goes in taxes.
Right. Anurag, I met you in December when we did an interview for Ghost Stories, and we were talking about your fears. And you said, in some other context, you said you don't believe in savings and investments. And given
Yeah.
what the world has seen, and it's affected all of us in the last couple of months in varying degrees, of course, has your philosophy on money and savings changed at all?
Oh no. Still don't believe in savings, but now I have started like I won't buy shoes anymore. I see the pointlessness of lots of things I do.
Hmm.
But yeah, savings, pata nahi. But I don't know. I don't believe in saving. Still don't believe in saving. I have my
There is enough
budhape
for
ki
you.
lati. I have lots of budhape ki lati. Like if like something happens to me and I'm in a hospital, Sammy and Roshan will come and be there enough for me.
Of course.
I have lots
Bank
of.
se chhut jayegi.
I've earned a lot of people over my lifetime. So
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll be there, but you should keep some rich people also. We'll be there with like support, not with money.
yeah, that's all I need. बिल कोई
अरे
और
अब
दे
तो
देगा.
अब तो अमित त्रिवेदी के साथ नौकरी भी लग गई, क्या प्रॉब्लम है यार, अब तो पैसे होंगे.
हाँ, अब तो पैसे आएंगे.
Right. I have managed to see the film thanks to Netflix. And I saw a couple of really long sequences. I'm assuming they were shot using a steady cam, especially that one confrontation scene after the neighbor's wedding, where, there is this tiff between Sarita and Sushant. And there were a couple of moments where neither of you are visible. It's just your voice. As actors, how difficult are these scenes to do? How would you prep for it? And would you get it wrong multiple times and take a long time to get it right?
Saimi, how many takes did we go for that scene? I like
We
5 or
did,
6
we
if
did,
I.
no, we did 8 takes, and AK okayed the 6th take when we actually liked the 4th take.
Eight take
And then we
and I
thought,
use the six take.
yeah, yeah, you
I
used the 6th take, but we liked
Okay.
the 4th take. We liked the
Yeah,
4th
but
take.
the last one I remember we asked for an extra one after everybody was
Extra
happy with
one.
everything.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. No, this one was actually I don't know. It didn't feel difficult. There was a certain amount of challenge to it, definitely. But I really enjoyed doing it. I think both of us did. I've always enjoyed long takes, and for this particular one, everyone else had to be driven out of the house completely. It was just the two of us, our kid who was sleeping on the bed, and the Steadicam operator. So it really felt like our space and a very private fight, that was an argument that was happening inside the house. So usually you have to do a lot of work to zone out of everything else and just focus on you, your co-actor, and the space that you're in. Here we had all the space to play with, and that definitely aids it, and I personally really enjoyed that scene.
Simon, is it
I
unnerving to
actually
do such a long
real
scene?
No, I really enjoy. So those two scenes, I really like the scene you're talking about, and the scene where we're having a fight with our kid in the middle in the bed. But the scene you're talking about, like Roshan said, it actually felt like I'm with my husband and we have gotten into this really big fight, because everything felt like ours in that house, and we had shot over a period of time. That set kind of started feeling like home to us. And when there aren't too many people on set, you kind of really start owning the set in a way. So I really enjoyed that scene. And the other scene. Anurag Kashyap's style of working is he never calls cuts, so you just go on and on, even once the lines are done. So that was a lot of fun, because Roshan gave me lots to play with, and it was exciting because we could just go on and on.
The other thing that Anurag Kashyap does is he springs a surprise every time on set. जो script में लिखा है वो नहीं करेंगे, कुछ और करेंगे. And he himself told me this in December. So can actors choke? Can they say, अरे यार मैं तो कुछ और prep करके आया था, ये तो कुछ और बोल रहा है.
Oh, I think actors take 1 or 2 days. After that, they adapt and they start enjoying my process because they know they're safe. I have a
Yeah.
process. I don't like to shock people. I have a process which works. But I also am very protective of my actors. My actors, I will never let them fall. I'm extremely protective of them. So first 2 days they feel like ये क्या हो रहा है या क्यों हो रहा है या कैसे हो रहा है. After enjoy and trust the process. I've never had somebody who's taken forever. I think only one experience once I have had when somebody did not really become part of my process and had the fixed ideas about acting, and that was my most difficult time.
But what does it take for actors to settle into Anurag Kashyap's world and his methods? So I mean,
It's a very simple thing. तुम लोग बताओ.
So for me, actually, it's a very different kind of working because I work with Rakesh, so whose style is very different. We rehearse for 6 months. In 6 months, Anurag Kashyap finishes 12 films. So they work in very, very different styles. But when I came and started working with AK, like he said, the first 1-2 days are you're a little thrown off because you've not done rehearsals. You're a little nervous because it's a new project. There are all these butterflies in your stomach. But he's just such a securing person on set because he is definitely an actor's director and a delight for an actor because uh, he can't hide anything. So if he's sleepy, he is sleepy. If he's angry, he is angry. If he is happy, he is happy. So he doesn't hide his emotions at all. So there was one particular scene where I was pretty nervous about with Amrita Subhash, which was really long, and I was telling her a lot about my husband and blah and blah. And he very casually said, "Acha, ye scene karna hai," with no prep, with nothing. But after the scene,
One
he
take.
was yeah, we did one take, and he was crying, he was happy, he was jumping. So he is so emotive, and which really encourages an actor because you kind of see complete honesty in your director. So if and I like it that way, that if it's not good, then he'll tell you it's not good. He'll know कि इससे इतना ही होगा, so he'll push that person that much more. So that's a process which I really enjoyed, and
For
well,
that
I
scene,
hope
you got a lot of love from me.
Yeah,
yeah,
One
that's
take,
yeah.
you got
true.
a
That's the
lot
most
of love.
amount of love anyone's gotten on that set.
Ever,
It was a
ever.
lot.
Roshan, you call yourself a sporadic writer on Twitter. Now, do those skills really come into play? Do they come in handy when the director brings a surprise?
No, not at all. Sporadic itself means that I'm not in control of it. It happens when it happens. It's not anything to be dependent upon. I can never do it as a profession. No, but again, like you don't see what AK really does when we say that he encourages improvisation is that he makes sure that we're in the moment and in character, and then he lets us go on. So at that point, you don't really have to intellectualize a lot. You don't really have to think and form lines in your head and then speak it out. Whatever you feel like doing, you do, and whatever you feel like saying to the other person, you say. And that truly is what improvisation means. And he only lets it happen when I guess he sees that there is an opportunity for that to happen now, and he lets us go on.
Right.
There have been times when we've continued with the scene when they've cut it and then they've started playing it back and they're watching the footage and we still don't know. So yeah, there's a bit of
Improvisation
both.
का
And
मतलब improvisation का मतलब ये थोड़ी ना होता है कि like I say जो कहना है कहो, तुम जो है शोले के डायलॉग्स बोलो और तुम दीवार के डायलॉग्स बोलो. That's not improvisation. But I like for me it's like to make the actors look and sound natural and believable and be in the moment. I don't let them go out of the sense of the scene or anything like that.
yeah.
अनुराग वो कहते हैं कि आपसे अपनी फिल्म डायरेक्ट करवाने के अलग अलग तरीके हैं। उनमें से एक है कि सुबह 5 बजे आपको फ्रस्ट्रेटेड टेक्स्ट मैसेजेस भेजो, फिर आपका एडी बनो और किसी तरह से आपके पीछे पढ़ के आपको कन्विंस करो कि सर मेरी पिक्चर डायरेक्ट कर लो। व्हाट इज द स्टोरी ऑफ हाउ निहित भावे कन्विंस्ड यू? ऐसा कुछ हुआ था क्या?
हाँ, ऐसा हुआ था. Not convinced me.
क्या स्टोरी है?
I always like the script. हर चीज में टाइम लगता है. अब जब क्या ना जब आपकी पहली फिल्म होती है तो आपको समझ में नहीं आता कि टाइम क्यों लग रहा है. अभी ऐसी फिल्म है और फिर बाद में डिमोनेटाइजेशन है, नए एक्टर्स हैं, टू रेज मनी फॉर द फिल्म टेक्स टाइम. फॉर मी आई एम नॉट मेंटली रेडी फॉर अ फिल्म टिल माई स्क्रिप्ट इज टोटली रेडी. मैं किसी के साथ कुछ भी शेयर नहीं करूंगा जब तक मैं पूरी तरह से रेडी नहीं हूं. सो निहित के लिए था कि मैंने तो लिख दिया, अभी बन क्यों नहीं रहा. सो निहित वाज waited 1 year, waited second year, then he sent me a message. Because I also made him quit his job. He was a film critic at Times of India. So I said, if you want to make a movie, you have to quit a job. You can't do both things. You can't be a film critic and be a movie writer. So he quit his job.
Yeah.
Because मैंने जॉब भी छोड़ दिया है, कुछ भी नहीं है, फिल्म भी नहीं बन रहा, मैं क्या करूँ? And that was the 5 a.m. message. And like, at least let me be on the set. I hired him. I said, come and be on my set and work with me. So he came and worked with me on Sacred Games. And he also, I have a very amazing photograph of Neith being the table. मैं improvise कर रहा हूँ, scene rewrite कर रहा हूँ. Neith is lying on my lap, and on him I'm writing. And this was amazing picture. And after that, he became my assistant. He became a writer on Sacred Games, and finally film हुआ. And he's a great friend and collaborator. He's written also another film for me, which I'm going to do next. But अभी
But it's
Neith को
okay to send you
problem आ गया है.
text message, right?
Well, lots of people send it to me. People send messages to me saying that you don't know how, like, what you're missing and I can make your life. People send me messages like, I'm also Kashyap, you are also Kashyap. Why can't you reply to my message? I get
Right. Roshan, your first opportunity in theatre came about 5 years ago with a company called Stage Fright. I think it was in Chennai. And in only half a decade, you are headlining an Anurag Kashyap film on Netflix. What's the reaction from family and friends and relatives back in Kochi or Chennai? Your stock in the Malayalam film market must have skyrocketed, right?
No, that was 10 years ago, actually. It was September
okay.
2010 when I started working for Stage Fright. So it's been it's been close to 10 years. People were really excited when I told them, but I told them really late, so they were mostly really angry at me for not having told them earlier. I don't like breaking news to people until I'm sure that it's happening, and I'm usually sure that something's happening only when we actually go on the flow with it. So I didn't go around telling a lot of people, but yeah, when they found out, a lot of my people were very, very genuinely happy. A lot of people reached out and congratulated me, wished me luck. They were very kind, very supportive. Even after the film, actually, there have been so many people from the Malayalam industry who've constantly been checking up on me as to when the film's coming out. When we had tastemaker screenings with Netflix, there were people like Anjali Menon, Tovino, Ashika Abu, Geetu Mohandas, Niven, all of them who supported us, watched the film, came in for discussions with AK. A lot of the other people that I've worked with here are waiting to watch it on the 5th. So yeah, overall, people here have been very, very supportive. They're all really proud, I guess, of the fact that this sort of a collaboration is happening and that AK's picked someone from Malayalam also to like work with him. It's been good. It's been good.
Right, Anurag, I need to understand how you arrive at the process, the whole thought of saying, okay, here's my Sarita and here's my Sushant. Do you purely go by what the audition says, or is it a mix of recommendations from casting directors, ADs? How does it work for you?
I literally actually don't listen to anyone. So I only go by my instinct. I feel sometimes it's auditions, sometimes it's just a feeling. I don't think Sayami I didn't audition her at all before giving her the script. The look test and everything happened after giving her the script. And that she did because for me it was like I just feel, you feel a person. I'm very intuitive about people. And I have done this a lot in my life, so by now it's a process. So I felt energy and the thing about Sayami, which I think is very honest in the sense. The very rarely I meet people like Sayami here in the industry who are born in the industry. She's one of those very rare people. There's a certain honesty and zeal to her that is hard to find. So for me, it's about the real person. It's never about what they can do. And I don't like people on my set who are troublemakers. I have a very happy set. I always have a very happy set. Doesn't matter what film I'm making. So I don't like people who make my set unhappy. So if I don't like the person, then it doesn't matter. He's Al Pacino. I will not work with him. So it's just an energy that was so beautiful. And Roshan, you can say it was just because I saw him in Muthon. And I saw him performing in Muthon, and the same thing again. His honesty kind of translated in the sequences that he did with Nivin Pauly, and there's another sequence where he was angry and fighting. And I still remember that sequence in the water with Nivin Pauly. and I was just looking into this person's eyes, and I'm saying, "ये किधर से लाए हो? ये कहाँ से आया है?" And that I kept asking Gitu, "Who's this guy?" And I sent him a script before meeting him. I never met him. I just sent him the script. I said, "I want you
Yeah.
to do the film." And this is not the first time that I've done it like this. It has happened all my life like that. So very rarely, like some person who I did not know and I only saw the audition first and selected was Shobita. Shobita Dhulipala was one person who was selected through the audition.
Wow.
So because we didn't know who to cast, and last moment, and there was nothing, and that was the only audition. Nobody was showing it to me because they didn't believe it, and I saw that audition. I said, "Correct here." But
Wow.
more than that, a lot of people do come through screen test. I see them, but it is only after meeting them. It's not just like seeing the screen test and saying yes.
Hmm.
So I need to know the person. I don't like people who become trouble on the set.
And finally, I want to get your thoughts on the whole process of getting the background music right. I think Karsh Kale's work has heightened the viewing experience a lot.
Yeah.
So, Anurag, a lot of specific inputs from you, because this is the kind of background music I haven't heard anywhere in my life. It's just
Because
something
Karsh
very unusual.
plays live. I have a video of Karsh scoring the background score, which I'm probably going to put out today or tomorrow on Instagram. But he's played to his strength in this film. हर किसी का एक स्ट्रेंथ होता है. आप किसी को हायर करते हो और उसे म्यूजिक कराते हो, आप बताते हो क्या करना. मैंने कर्श के साथ था, कर्श टू प्ले टू हिज स्ट्रेंथ, and he played all the live drums and music, everything he played alone. So which is what is so magical, because he felt like he was home, and I think that's how everybody feels like that on my set, that they are making their film. Eventually it becomes a film directed by me, but everybody feels like they're making their film, and I think that's the best way of getting the best work out of everyone.
Super. Thanks so much for a fab interview, and for all those watching, I'd urge you to go and watch Chok Kaisa Bolta Hai, directed by Anurag Kashyap, headlined by Roshan Matthew and the wonderful Sayami Kher. And yeah, should be fun. Watch it. It drops on Netflix on the 5th of June. Thanks so much.